New York City, 8 million people, 5 million pets, 15 animal cruelty agents with full police powers. Welcome to the Animal Precinct. Special Agent Richie Raheb is on his first case of the day.
I'm responding to a call in the Jamaica section of Queens. The complainant says that there's a dog in the backyard without shelter, food, or water, and it has multiple sores on its body. So hopefully I can get there and see what's going on with this dog.
At the location, Raheb finds a house in poor condition. There's no reply, so Raheb makes his way round to the back of the house.
Oh, boy. Easy, baby. Oh, you're in bad shape. Come on. What's the matter?
Raheb is disturbed by the condition of the animal he finds there.
We're gonna help you, dog. We're gonna help you. Yeah, the poor thing's got that embedded chain around his neck. He's got flies all over him. It's unbelievable, the smell coming from this dog. I don't really want to stress him out too much, but he's gonna have to, be taken from this location. I'll have to call for backup and get the van.
Finding a dog in this state is upsetting for any agent.
It just never stops, I'll tell you. Just the flesh is raw, it's hanging out. It's unbelievable.
The dog also appears to have a large tumor. Raheb knows that this dog needs immediate medical attention. He calls base and requests backup.
Very good. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Hello? You the owner of that dog back there?
Raheb notices a man standing outside the house who turns out to be the dog's owner.
What's wrong with the dog?
The man claims the dog has cut his neck on exposed nails along the garden fence.
Oh, he cut his neck on the nails? Really? About a week ago, you noticed the dog?
In Raheb's experience, there is a far more likely reason.
Couldn't it happen from the dog being tied up back there with the collar around his neck?
Well, it could be, but I think I know.
Okay, that's not how it happened. It happened because the dog is back there tied to that chain.
Could be, yeah.
For an extended period of time. I'm going to take your dog. I'm going to bring your dog to the hospital to get treated.
Okay.
The dog's in bad shape.
Yeah.
Special Agent Pete Rivas arrives with the ASPCA van. Their concern is to get the wounded dog to the hospital as quickly as possible.
Watch the nails on the side of the fence.
The owner unlocks the dog, named Brutus. He seems happy to be able to move around more freely.
All right, you can bring the dog right to the side of the van. He's glad to be out.
Brutus leaps willingly into the van. The owner is an older man, but for Raheb, this is no excuse.
Where does it leave me? Just like any other investigation. Born in 1930, born in 1980, it doesn't matter. He's, able-bodied, he's walking around, he's talking, he's not handicapped. There's no reason why that dog should be in that condition. So if this investigation leads where, he's at fault and it's negligence on his part, all right, I'll let the cards fall where they may. You'll hear from me next week sometime, okay?
Raheb will be back for a further talk when Brutus has been assessed. But the agent's priority is to get the injured animal the medical care he desperately needs. Special Agent Pete Rivas is racing Brutus, a dog with a neck wound, back to the Bird Memorial Animal Hospital. Following the ASPCA van is Special Agent Richie Raheb, who's investigating the case. Raheb hopes that medical staff at the hospital will be able to heal Brutus and diagnose the cause of the wound. At this stage, the agents are not sure whether Brutus is aggressive or not.
You think he's going to cooperate, or he's going to shred one of us? He's scared. He don't know what's going on. I could only imagine how long he's been in this guy's backyard. Probably the first time he ever seen anything like this in a very, very long time. Just a scared dog.
Despite his injured state, Brutus shows no signs of aggression.
Brutus, come on.
Inside the hospital, medical staff have put aside a quiet room to examine Brutus. Humane law enforcement specialist vet Dr. Robert Reisman prepares Brutus for examination.
Pretty strong odor, huh?
It's disgusting.
So I don't need to do a bacterial culture to know that it's infected.
As a precaution, Reisman muzzles Brutus, even though he appears friendly. They can see that the collar has become embedded into the dog's neck.
Look at that thing just growing right through the chain link.
Basically what happens is the body tries to heal it. It's almost like a tree, you know how you see trees where somebody puts something in the tree and the actual tree grows around it? Well, tissue on a living animal like this dog does the same thing. The dog's very underweight as well. The dog has been basically neglected. Pretty much every aspect, not being fed properly.
How long do you think it would take to have an
It takes
effect
weeks,
like this?
very many weeks. The chain goes around his neck, and it's so bad and has been left for so long. So the way the chain is going to be removed is surgically.
The tumor on Brutus's neck is another source of concern.
There is a growth here. I'm hoping it's benign, that it's cosmetic, that it doesn't represent a cancer that can affect his general health. I don't know at this point. We can't attend to that today. It's too close to all this infected tissue to do a proper surgical procedure to remove it.
The chain is so thick that they need industrial bolt cutters.
Show me what you got, man.
Sure. What do you want to cut?
And you
Close
think
is
where is
good.
good, because we just want to get the main weight off.
Technician Matt McCulloch proceeds cautiously with the bolt cutters so as not to scare Brutus.
Yeah.
You're free, dog. But you can't go nowhere yet.
The piece of chain they are able to remove weighs 3.7 pounds. Brutus is severely underweight.
64 pounds.
Even Dr. Reisman is shocked by this case.
It's not only neglect, it's, neglect and then ignoring the neglect. It's neglect of the neglect. I mean, you can see and smell that there's something so wrong with this dog, and then you do nothing about that. So at some point, it goes from just not being aware to not caring,
See you later, Brutus.
In Reisman's opinion, this is a clear incidence of animal cruelty, and Raheb is determined to see justice done. Special Agent Richie Raheb and Special Investigator Diane DiGiacomo are working together again. Today they're on their way to Queens to question the owner of Brutus, the dog with an embedded collar who had major surgery to save his life.
I just got the vet report back, and it actually confirms what the dog owner stated to me, that the dog was like that for about 3 to 4 weeks. Anybody that leaves a dog like that in that kind of condition for such a long period of time and having that dog be in that kind of pain is, it's just beyond me. This is absolutely one of the worst cases of animal cruelty I've ever seen.
At the location, there is no reply to Raheb's knock, but he suspects the man is inside.
He could be in the house. He probably don't hear me. Could be sleeping. I'll try calling his home phone.
The agents refuse to give up. Raheb gets the owner on the phone.
How you doing? Rich with the ASPCA? Can you come outside? I'm knocking on your door. I don't think you hear me, but I'm outside. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Eventually, the man comes to the door.
How you doing today? The good news is the dog is doing good. They fixed up the dog's neck and the tumor they're going to remove today. The bad news is I'm going to place you under arrest for animal cruelty. I'm going to bring you down to the precinct. We're going to process you, and when it's all done, you're going to have to go see a judge. It's unfortunate that he's an elderly man, but he's quite capable of making his own decisions. He's not handicapped or anything. And, bottom line is, whether you're young or you're old, if you commit a crime against an animal, you're going to pay the consequences. And that's just the bottom line.